All seems well at the Crystarium.
Yes. Ylmor was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
Oh, this guy.
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations. As for my true identity, I am Emmett Selk, Ascian.
Gaius spoke of you, a native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrea. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us?
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly, deeply infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining? Following the flood, the First had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink. And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters!
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what La Habrea did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Lightwardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
There has to be a catch to this.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
There has to be a catch. Uranje does not trust him at all.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
Version. He can't be serious, can he? Oh, we've certainly been given much to ponder, but first things first, we should report to the exile. You can run along. You're perfectly capable. Alright, let's go. Have a recent exertion? Let's say you've run a rest. Go and take yourself off to bed. I'll see you later. Alright. I will go see what else I can do around here. Oh, there's a quest here. Let's go over there. This is Lost and Found. That's a job quest, right? Yeah, let's do a job quest then. Where is it? Where's the job quest? Pendants. Here. Oh, pendants. In order to take this quest, you must first complete the main quest scenario, Into the Woods. Oh, I'm not done. Okay, I can't do that yet. I need to advance the main story. Alright. I can't do the job quest yet. I have to advance the main story, so let's go to the end then. Welcome back. We've been expecting you. You will find refreshments laid out in your quarters. We hope they are to your liking. I hope so. Will you be retiring? Yes. Very good. I bid you a pleasant evening. The past few days have not been overly taxing. Pray take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. He'll probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed. Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the Flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history and the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emmett Selk we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining. Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the Flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmett Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
Tell me about Seto.
What? What about Seto? What is there to say? All right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big. And he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
Manager Sweets. Manager Sweets is in cheerful mood. Good morning. I do hope you are well rested. Companions are presently gathered in the Ocular. He asked that you convene with them at your earliest convenience. Pixie appears to be spying on some children. What does the Pixie want? Another scary dream. Me too, I'm at night, and a bunch of toys became a monster and chased me all over. The exact same dream. This can't be explained. The Pixies had a wager dirt behind it. Those beings in Nailmag are grown-ups. Say we must never go near. Damn, Mommy said that. If you're naughty, they'll come into your dreams and drag you off to the world of nightmares. Oh no, I haven't been doing my chores. I must hurry home. Finish them. Seems you were right. What dilemma this is. To think they pin the blame on us. We like fun dreams, not scary ones. I'll have No mischief on my watch. I have no mischief on my watch. What? Give Fixie a fright sneaking up like that, and how can you even see me anyway? Wait, I know you. You're the new King Sapling. I've been wanting to meet you since forever. Is it not? Yeah. My name's Tierbeck, and I'm the leader of the Dream Spinners. Oh yes, I'm an expert at spinning dreams, and for this, they call me the Weaver, though. Weird and sexual are often thrown around too, but whatever others say, there's no place of more than fun-filled dreams. There's a problem. We've recently been shut out of the dreams around the same time. I received word that children were being cracked by nightmares, so I came here to investigate. It's just as I feared. I suppose a few things bear explaining. Simply put, someone's trying to ruin our precious Lihemeg, the Garden of Dreams, and they must be stopped. You're telling me you're not the one giving the nightmares? You know this problem concerns them as mortals as well, and as upstanding members of our kind, it pains you to see your fellow suffer from nightmares, doesn't it? Of course it does, and that's why you'll lend me a hand, your aid. Without further ado, let's set to work solving this problem. Come with me to a place called Sullen west of here. Alright, I'll come with you. Sullen, that's over there. Let's go there then. Back. Alright. Oh, you can. You really can't. He tries to say the King Sapling is as kind as she's strong. Yes, I am amazing. Then our allies should be around here. In case we're wondering, it's proxy. Those pig-like familiars, and one has a fondness for nightmares. My new acquaintance, who alerted me to strangers, has sent it to aid us. Someone say nightmares? Is that a pig with wings? It's enormous. Well, of course indoors. It would be impossible to contain all my cuteness. Now you'll be wondering, what is a familiar doing without its master? Well, by virtue of that hat that my creator bestowed upon me, I am my own master. Yes, you're no ordinary proxy, good for you. Now, I trust you know about the troubles that's afoot. Oh, more than I know about the mass nightmares that have been plaguing. I already have a suspect in my sight. Truly. Investigating leads me to believe that a certain pixie, bereft of color, is our culprit. They have incited the fluttering about most suspiciously in the vicinity of Lihegia. Pixie without color. Bereft of color, how unusual. Now, this pixie has the ability to manipulate dreams directly without even entering Lihegia. Such power, he could steal away the garden's gates completely. What? But to be able to do that, you have to be at least equal to titanium. You're confused, mortal, and small wonder, but rather than try to explain it, would be quicker to simply show you. After all, by keeping company with the Weaver, you already step into the place between dreams and reality. Come. Just need to go over there. Oh, there's a repair thing over there too. Nice. gonna repair my tools here. Shelter Mender. Repair gear. Repair. Might as well since I'm here. Did I get better gear? No. Okay. Let's go. There's Ezel. Ezel the second. Did you see that little girl there moaning around muttering asleep? Stash of nightmare curse pervades her, unnatural in its potency. Please give me back my doll. That's all I have left. From what I know, is an orphan of Holmanson Switch, who was adopted, struggles to fit in with her new family and feels alone. Tell me, mortal, in what times do you experience nightmares? All driven by certain needs, when severely deprived of a need, their hearts come to harbor a void in which torment quickens. Subservible forms and dreams and takes roots into her dreamer's heart. Tragic enough that this little girl lost her mother, but also had her doll, source of solace, taken away from her. It is a heartening tale. Yes, truly hard. Yeah, okay. It's stinky sweet aroma, I can't resist it anymore. I'm going to look away. If you'll excuse me, it's time for me to do what I do best. Yes, very flavorsome. And now the child is free of oh. What's the matter? Memories, it's richer than anything I've ever seen. Oh, my belly, I think I'm going to throw up. You can't, we'll be back to where we started. Leave the child alone. Another pixie. Oh, who are you? Judging by your color, you're not from Liran. Who am I? I suppose an lad will suffice for a name. An lad? Alright. So an N lad, you have lots of power, that much is plain. Are you the one playing the children with nightmares? Stop giving nightmares to people, that's mean. Playing? We simply share in each other's misery. Sammy understands my loneliness, so I seal the gate. She might be my friend, mine alone. I see. There's nothing you can do. No mere familiar can remove the dream I've sown. Even if it could, the dream will always return. Own heart embraces it. Good. Can't break free from the dream's hold. Her mind will inevitably be consumed. She would die. What a pain this is. It doesn't bother me so much what happens to a few mortal. What does bother me to have our precious garden ruined. I choose my power this way. I have an idea. If it's the child's own heart that embraces the nightmare, we'll just have to change it. Hazel, you can bring the nightmare back up. First we have to get somewhere far from here. I need your help, come. Why must you torment me? And then, for better or worse, you're about to see why they call me the Weaver. Here I go. That was inside? Looks like a dangerous doll. This is where you come in. Vanquish your nightmare. Yeah, let's vanquish it then. Sounds easy. You truly are strong. The king shows their sapping well. Well then, your victory will change the ending of the dream. Awakened feeling as though it has conquered the fears. If it filled the nightmare, it would nearly find its way back. It's excellently done. Okay, let's hurry back. And I will hide and leave the talk to you. Alright. Where am I? Did I fall asleep? Thanks for waking me up. There you are. I've been looking all over for you. Mother's worried, so hurry up and go home. Mother, I'm sorry, it seems I dozed off. Wait. There's something much in you to know. I've been lonely. I didn't know how to fit in. What does it say what I do? Huh? What's all of a sudden? You haven't so much as spoken a dozen words to us before, much less talked about your feelings. You know, I was too scared. I don't know why I feel, but I feel I have the courage now to say how I feel. There's one other thing, the doll. It was a present from my mother. She gave it to me so I wouldn't be lonely. Oh, is that the way of it? I'm sorry, I didn't realize how important it was to you. I only meant to tease you as well. I'll get it right back, so come on, let's go home together. Seems you've been watching over my sister, thank you. Please take care. See you again. Well, seems they're good now. That went rather well. Mortals are surprisingly impressionable to things. I see, by eliminating the nightmare, we brought a positive change. Of course, that's how it works. Destroy the nightmare, everything's good. Like that, and lad appear to be drawn to the torment. With it gone, they have no more reason to plague her. And with that, we may begin to reclaim our precious Liemig. No matter what, I'll keep it safe, I promise you. By way of thanks, it's only fitting that I invite you to our playground. Come to Lightwarden and seek out my friend Tonsul. They'll show you the way in. From our success, it goes without saying that I'm invited as well. Gotta go back to Liemig. As I presume I've been expecting you. You should know it's quite risky for a mortal to enter the Garden of Dreams. While wide awake, you might not be able to fall asleep again, though that could be interesting too, I suppose. Oh, wait. Our order up to your back, one of the stream founders of the Liemig. I bid you welcome. Enter Liemig? Yeah, sure. I wonder what this is. It's like a dream place? Where are we? The heck is this place? Peter Tonsul and Lydia Aaron. What is this place? Get back, what is this place? Come, what, you stand within the illusion of space created by our magic. Normally it's filled with fun things. Is it an activity like this since the gates were sealed off? The gates? The gates lead to dreams of mortals in various regions of Norvant. You see, they allow us to interact with dreams, to shape them, and neuralic in them. Let's notice magic hands over the gates, the work of Lad. I shouldn't doubt. So it seems. How did you get in here? Why, Tonsul showed me in, of course. And even if I weren't you, distinguished guest, my cuteness doubtless would have won them over. You're not nearly as good as you think you are. But alright, you can stay now. Where was I? Right, with that freed from the nightmares, the sense of the magic of the gates is weakened, slightly but surely. So we have to investigate these gates. Sure, we should be able to open one of the gates again, the one leading to Lakeland. In regards to the solution now, I dare say our mortal friend is confused. Permit me to summarize it all for her benefit. Lad has identified a mortal across Norvant who strongly share the torment and planted nightmares in them. To prevent interference, they sealed off the gates to locales beyond. These mortals under Land's hold have spread their influence to those around them, giving rise to a phenomenon of mass nightmares. Why do you suppose Land is giving people nightmares? It is quite a mystery indeed. Knowing Land's motivation will be the key to our efforts. Rest assured, she'll continue sniffing about for answers. Alright, that's enough talking. Let's do something fun for a change. I'm going to lend you my power. What I want you to do is stand before the gate yonder and reach it out to it, while holding an image of Lakeland in your mind. Okay. with that, we've reopened the first gate. We only have a few dream bubbles still, so we can't do much here. The bubbles hold the memories of mortals and fun and happy dreams. They're used to fill our garden with all sorts of delightful things. We can never have enough of them. Dream bubbles. On that note, we'll still use your help. You went through a lot to open the gate. We have to make sure that it stays open. Yep. Freeing the girl stolen from her hands, you and yours have reclaimed dreams as those in Lakeland. Terbeck appears eager to restore Lillian to its former fun-filled glory. For this, they require your aid. So there's going to be 4 other doors to open as well. I don't think I've been to the other locations though in the game yet. Let's talk to Terbeck. Where else do we go? Right, let's continue this back outside. I'll arrange it so you can always return here. Just let Tunsil know whenever you want to come and go. Fair enough. It's a pretty beautiful place, that's for sure. There's bubbles everywhere. Well, one bubble there, and there's a couple bubbles over there. Pretty cool place. Oh, some pixies are here too now. Nice. I wonder how much it's gonna change once you open all these gates. Because there's still 4 gates to open, right? Okay, where's the exit? Over there, oh yeah, Tunsil. Tunsil the Dreamkeeper. Hello, talking Dreamkeeper. How you doing? Can I get out? Back to your back. Oh well, there you have it. Yeah, Meg, it's a bit bare at the moment, I know. But we'll collect more dream bubbles, and we'll fill the place with fun things. What about the gates, the other regions? Shouldn't we try to open them as well? Oh, we should and we will, but first we need to focus on the one that's already open. It stands like that still vulnerable to Outland's influence. In order to keep them, we must keep the mortals happy by filling the region with lots of fun dreams. There's still much to be done. As long as you don't play tricks on me. Aha, thank you. Rest assured I wouldn't dream of playing tricks on you after all. I'm good, Titania, Fear, and Pixie. Without further ado then, let's get to work bringing smiles to the people of Lakeland. For your part, I want you to gather lots of dream materials, items that we can enchant and use to rebuild the Hamag. Lakeland is home to many lonely orphans, so object that would eliminate loneliness. Sounds good. I too shall continue my investigation. This proxy will not hover idly by, while stomach-churning nightmare plague the land. Snort. Complete. The Beast Tribes. Oh, so this unlocks the Beast Tribes for the Pixies. Alright. We'll unlock the Beast Tribe quest for the Pixies. Alright, that's perfect. We're now friendly reputation with the Dream Spinners. Alright, so now we have the Beast Tribes for the Pixies, that's nice. Is there any blue quest around here? No. Okay, well, let's go back to the Ocular then.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
Emmett Selk? Oh, Emmett. There's Emmett.
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon? Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe. Your Exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Wage your war against the Sin Eaters, put each and every Lightwarden to the sword, prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies. Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs. And thus did the olive branch wither and die. Pity. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes. Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the Eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
What was that all about?
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
I don't know, but if he crosses, I'll make sure he wish he hadn't.
I'm sure you will. But consider for a moment. If he meant simply to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did. It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
Then let us discuss the Sin Eaters. I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Lightwardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Amareng, and Raktika remain.
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
I'll take Amareng in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
Is Y'shtola the conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about?
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest.
I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me. You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
"'Twould be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
What's that?
A missive from Lord Vorthry. He invites me to join him in Yulnor to discuss the recent conflict at Lida Luran.
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I am willing to take. Master Alphino, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulnor prior to beginning your reconnaissance?
Of course.
Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
Before you leave, I would make you a request of you. There's a church, or rather the ruins of a church. Fort job, might I ask. Did you go there before seeking out Stola? It's a place where people once gathered to worship the light. Alas, it has long since fallen into disuse. Yet within this hall there remains a tablet whose writings, I believe, may prove of use. At the very least, such a relic would make a suitable gift. It's considerable proposal. Farewell. Here we depart to Raktika. We shall journey on to Fort Job. We might secure this relic. Even for your NJ at Fort Job. What's right over there? Yeah, we can just teleport right over. As the ruins find the Church of the First Light. And within that hollow hall, the tablet we seek. There is no time to spend. Let's be quick. Okay, so the NJ appears lost in times. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, these sites serve not as man's final bastions, but as a testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its exponential tides would drown nigh everyone, and all it did. The end of religion as a whole, for the creatures which then did rise from the fulgent deluge were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour the sin of sinner both, whence came the name of Sin Eater. People were lost, seemingly forsaken by their god. But where there is light, there has been shade. It was in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow did then migrate to the Redwood, but as a tale for another time. For now, let us find what remains of the chapel. Here, okay. Destination. This is indeed the church we seek. It surprises me intact. What little is left of the churches I've seen until now has always borne the scars of decades of disuse. The subterranean construction has done much to protect the hall from the ravages of time. Yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark. Its followers did want a place of worship to be played, the standards which to adorn these halls belong not to those who built them, but to worshippers of the dark, the knights blessed, who subsequently migrated to Raktika, yes? Indeed, it was beneath the shaded boughs of the Raktika Greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Often, many times did Ulmor make spurious overtures of friendships unto them, but they are no fools. The Exarch knew full well that Ystrola in her seclusion doth labor to learn all she may of the blessed in their past. That's why he sent us here, I know. Okay. The tablet of which he spoke, no doubt, provides a glimpse into the history that she so yearns to comprehend. And would bid her hurry up and find it. Okay, oh, okay. It's one of these things. That's it? Is this the tablet? Hey, Orange, it's right here. Look under the desk. It's the altar, though, it says. Yes. Go for your NJ. Oh, escaped time I have seen. This is indeed the tablet we speak. Curious, these engravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I'm not mistaken, they are written in the script of ancient Empire Vonka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Raktika. It must be no small matter to decipher then. A fine gift for a seeker of truth. Displaying the Exarch understands Ystrola all too well. Come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. Renji is ready to leave, but not before first offering a piece of advice. When we depart, there is a custom of Knights Blessed which I feel compelled to elucidate. As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent, and everything it touches be befouled. Thus do they take the utmost pain to protect all they can from its taint, included in their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the blessed that one's own name must never be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment precludeth not to the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children, and in rare cases masters their disciples. So it is that Ystrola is taking the name of Master Matoya. Lest we offend them, I bid you speak not her name, true name, in the Blessed's presence. With that in mind, let us speak with the guard who keeps vigil at the Great Wood's border. Okay, the border's right over there. Alright, fair enough. Well, my traveler, what business brings you here? Yes, of course, right this way. Oh, this place is nice.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Raktika in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
Lahi. Lahi. Lahi Mahi Lahi. Lahi. Oh, we have arrived. Who's shouting Lahi in the background right now?
Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable. Not so the swamps of Cydia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule! Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days. Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
Later, I actually got about enough to follow wherever, so we lead. Were it otherwise, he would not suffer the overruns of light in these woods. Really deprived of every corner, and so long as the Lightwarden remain, the Sin Eaters shall be free to prey upon these lands. 2 years passed, a swarm of Sin Eaters did lay waste into their largest settlement, killing a great many. Though some few did survive, they knew not how to go on, wayward souls in want of a guiding hand. Ystrelda has provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home. Shall we bend our steps to Fort Gone? What happened here?
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Now, surround them! These Sin Eaters, they're not like the others.
We're not Sin Eaters, though.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak? It's a Sin Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
We're not Sin Eaters, though. We're not Sin Eaters.
Perhaps they speak the truth.
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to the shade. Good luck.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Enough. Runar, report.
Master Matoya! We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
The Warrior of Light?
Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not. There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though she is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but 2 Lightwardens have already perished by her most puissant hand.
It cannot be.
You truly taught me a Sin Eater.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
Busy since arriving the First, but I would hear the tale of your travels in more suitable surroundings. With Fort Gone and yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in the settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the pass through yonder gate, and you will find me soon enough. Just gotta have more Aether currents here, right? An Aether current there. How do I get up there? Let me up. Let me up. I want the Aether current. Come on. Let me up there. Oh. Oh, okay, never mind. There's a path right here. Never mind. Alright. That's fine. I didn't see the path at all. Aether current. Alright, let's go to the village, I guess. Oh, there is our Stola. I mean, Mr. Matoya. There you are. I was beginning to worry, much like the 12s would. This forest has a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. But I digress. Let me show you the home of Knights Blessed. So this is like the Gridania of this world, right? Okay, so, oh yeah, let me go back to Norvant. Okay. So, the Great Wood is basically like Gridania, right? This is basically like Gridania. Marag is basically Ulda. And Erang, this is basically where Ulda is. This is where Gridania is. Lakeland is where Mordona is. Lakeland is where Mordona is. And then Calusia, that's where Limsa Laminsa is. We don't know what this is yet. We haven't been there. This is an area, yeah, this is another area we haven't been to. So this is where Ulda is in the real world, in the source. So this would be Gridania. Ilmag is basically where Ishgard was, but the castle is completely submerged in water. Calusia is where Lanuskia is, where Limsa Laminsa. Ulmor is basically where Limsa Laminsa is. Yeah, Ulmor is basically the Limsa Laminsa of this world. And then Emerang over here, the ruins over here are where Ulda would be. And this here would be where Gridania would be. Interesting. I like how Nordvant is basically a smaller version of the... It's a smaller version of the Eorza map. Like, that's not Luskia, right? But if you were to go back to world map here... Yeah, see? It's basically the same place, like... Yeah, it's the same, like, places, basically. Mordona is where the lake is. You see the lake here? Mordona Lake. Lakeland is basically Mordona. Black Shroud is where Gridania is. And yeah, it's all the same regions, right? If you go back to Nordvant here, it's all the same regions. Mordona, Gridania, Ulda, Ishgard, and Limsa Laminsa. And this is another region I assume that we don't know of yet. The question mark is probably a region that's exclusive to Nordvant that we don't know about. I guess we'll get there when we get there.
Slitherbow is the largest of the blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood. I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are simple people. Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come. I see. And now you seek the Lightwarden of Raktika. In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own. My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I have come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape. Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me. Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Y'shtola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Entire troubles, nevertheless. I will not apologize for holding him to a higher standard. All these years, he has never been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it heartens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can but imagine how Alice and Alphinaud have changed since arriving here in the first. Change is part of life. Oh, you're right, and after my untoward remarks to Tancred, no doubt he thinks I'd change for the worse. I will have to speak with him later. Returning to matter at hand. I really must begin work on deciphering the tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Slitterbow. If there is anything you need, please speak with Runar at the plaza. Runar. I should probably connect to the Aether, right? Tuning perfecto. Emerald Keeper. I got to talk to this guy. There we go. So we can get some emerald. Okay, so do you have any mail? Nope. No mail. All right. What is this? It was just a dark cavern. Interesting. Dark woods of, what's it called, this place again? Of Raktika. Raktika Great Woods. Alright, let's talk to Runar. Oh, welcome, friend. Welcome. Apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. That's fine. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? Same place as Y'shtola and others. From the Crystarium, I see. This tablet you've brought may help us find the Lightwarden here in Raktika. Well, you're welcome to stay with us as long as you need. Come, let me show you around. Would you mind if I join you as well? Of course, anything for the guest of our dear Mr. Matoya. Thank you, she means a great deal to the Knight's Bliss, doesn't she? If not for her, we may have all perished in the great fire. With our priests slain in our home in ruins, who were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back, and with her sage guidance we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became the central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow many have come to find solace. That is not to say there were not those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. But how does a smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea feel whole again, now that she is with us, and I have no doubt that the others feel the same. She is as much part of the Knight's Blast as any of us, and we are grateful for all she does in service of the dark. Oh, wonderful. But you did not hear this from me, yes? Now, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to, so long as they reside within Slitterbow. To show reverence to the dark? No word, yes, but fear not, it is not too involved. Let's begin with something simple, follow me. See, any of you people come to this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Raktika. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the lice and impurity. Simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but it's one of our most important. Would you two kneel for just a moment that I might rid you of the lice and impurity? kneel before Runner. As you spray with water, your skin begins to tingle. And with that, you have been cleansed of the lighted touch. How do you feel? I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed, actually, but I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed of our priests, their practical and arcane arts as such, said their prayers imbued the water with faint dark energy. Bringing us stated, no one has ever spoken of such reaction before. I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant situation, but I do felt something strange. The dark aspect of this water should have no discernible effect unless... Well, the gods, Master Hunter was right, you are sin eaters. It's just what you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitterbow. Well, technically I'm the Warrior of Light and she's the Oracle of Light, so it kind of makes sense that we would feel something weird from the Water of Darkness. Teach you a customary greeting. Alright. Aether Tuta, in the language of Ronka, it is one of the several ways one might say good evening. All is not safe as it once was, and this greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe. Is there a handshake or gesture we would know too? I would hate to offend anyone. Do not worry, merely speak the words Aether Tuta, and they will know you as friends of the blessed. I'll await your return here, now go. They are likely to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways. Say Aether Tuta, the great villagers of Slitterbow. Aether Tuta, okay. Aether Tuta. The elder smiles warmly. Welcome, friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of these woods. You will find poison in near everything you see. Fear not, our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. I have no business with strangers. Do that. Oh, newly come pleasure. Helene Chasey, and welcome to Slitterbow. Must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are quiet and taciturn people. Silent and serene as is a dishonest state, quiet makes easy to discern the presence of ethers and other dangers here in the woods. I guess we'll speak with Philly maybe. This place seems pretty cool, pretty chill. Hello Ingvar, how you doing? Hey, Minfilia, what's up? Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but I'm already starting to feel at home. There's still much I have learned about Knight's Blast, but their faith and strength of will is nothing sort of inspiring. I can see how they've built such a thriving community. When I got to around, there's more for you to learn about a Slitherbow. You returned very good. No doubt they were glad for your company. It has been too long since we have had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions, or there is anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. Friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand... it would be my pleasure. I can help. The task I have in mind is simple. All I ask is that you take the jug and water the crops in the square. May I help too? Of course, one of you can do the filling and the other can do the watering. To be reversible when you have finished, you will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. While you take care of it, I will see that you your room and more meal. Right then, I'll fill the water. It was only a jug I could find which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack in the bottom. I need to hurry up the garden before the water leaks out. Oh god, I have to run to it? Just another jug and take care of the rest. Alright. I'm watering some plants. Watering some plants. Ta-na-na-na-na. Another jug. Yes, yes. So, see, we'll refill your jug for you. Yeah, let's go. Well met, travelers. I observe you earlier speaking with others. Have you need of something? You water the crops. Apologies for not noticing you sooner. I have been rather distracted of late. Perhaps always Todia's duty, but she is no longer with us. We have since taken to sharing the duty to whenever with guests you are most kind. Is there anything else you can do to help? I could plan something if like. There's no need. The pond is small, it is true, but it provides us enough to survive. We ask no more. I don't know how you manage. The West not consider leaving? Life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know our history? How our faith came to be? No. I believe so. The Knight's Blast originally formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began was as an energetic gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Raktika Greenwood. See, you have read your history. There's a history that is told and one that is lived. Like so many a dozen times, the first of the Night's Blessed lost everything. Homes, everything they held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost to the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin eaters. The people were without answers, without hope. Having drowned along with everything else, it seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. Soon they realized that there is light, there must be darkness. And in the truth, they found a new faith. The belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond these burning skies, in the sunless sea above. That is why we pray for the safe passage of wayward souls into the blessed black abyss, and the return of the night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. We in these woods for the self-same reason of our fathers first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity, as a constant reminder of our faith. So many seeking paradise in Homeworld, it's refreshing to find people who value humbler existence. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. Such as these, everything can be taken away in an instant. It is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they have left us. This we must do for them, and generations yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive. She's probably thinking about her legacy as a Minfilia, right? She's probably thinking about her legacy as a Minfilia, an Oracle of Light. Well, that's a good way to end this quest. I guess we'll end it here for today. It was pretty nice. We'll continue exploring these woods next time on Final Fantasy XIV.